So today we're going to give you some practical applications of how you can use technology to not only fast track your marketing, but also to elevate your client experience. So I'm just going to start with a question. So what's the most valuable thing in the world?
Time.
Time, exactly. We have a finite amount of it. We don't know how much we have, and we can't buy it. No amount of money can buy time. So as small business owners, it's really important for you guys to look for ways in which you can streamline your processes, do things a bit quicker, maybe even better, to give you more time to do the things that you need to do in your business. So especially as a small business owner, you're more than just a photographer, you're a salesperson, a marketer. So the more tools that you can use to help you, the more time you have to either take more photographs or to spend time with your family or go on holidays. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is how to create a month's worth of social posts in literally a few minutes. So if you're anything like me, creating content for social media is a massive time suck, right? So it just takes so much time. And I'm guessing that everyone here is on Facebook and or Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a really cool way. It's not going to take over all of your social posts. So you're still going to want to be taking your product photos, your behind the scenes, your video clips, obviously the photos that you take you want to showcase on your social media. But this little tip is really good for creating all those value posts. So if you have like tips and advice, if you want to share client testimonials, or even things like inspirational quotes that kind of resonate with your ideal client, this is a really great tool for doing this. So the three pieces of tech that we're going to use to do this is our new friend, ChatGPT. We're going to use Canva to create the actual graphics themselves. And then you're going to need some sort of scheduling software so you can literally allocate an hour and get this done for like a month, 2 months. You can actually do a whole load in one go. So for these type of things, as I said, think about like your text type of posts. So sharing an inspirational quote, offering little tips and advice that kind of connects you with who your ideal client is, or you can share client testimonials and reviews. You can even tell a joke or a funny story depending on what your brand voice is. So for this example, I'm going to pretend that I'm an amazing photographer like Wendy. This is one of her beautiful images here. And so with that in mind, I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to ask it for some content. So a very simple quote, I wanted to give me the top 5 best-selling books on female empowerment, because I know that that kind of content is going to resonate with who my ideal client is. So this is what it gives me. So not only does it give me the title of the book, the person who wrote it, but it also gives me a little short synopsis of what the book has in it. So it's a good idea to scan the content to see, is this relevant? Are these books right for my audience, or do I need to re-prompt ChatGPT? So you can do that if it doesn't give you what you want. And then I'm going to follow up with a second prompt. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to select 3 quotes from each of the books that people find popular. And I'm also going to ask it to put it in a structure that's going to help me to create these posts then automatically. So I want it in a table with 4 columns, one for the number of the quote, the name of the book, the quote from the book, and I'm also going to stipulate that I want it shorter than 280 characters, because this has to fit into a graphic, like a square-shaped graphic that's going to go on your Instagram, so you can't have a whole paragraph. So put that stipulation in there. And then we want the name of the author of the quote in the final column. So this is what it gives us. So as you can see, it's perfectly formatted. We've got our table. We've got everything we need. Again, make sure that the quotes that are in this are relevant and for your target audience. So now we're just going to literally copy this, select, copy to your clipboard. And then we're going to head over to Canva. So Canva is just a really good tool for being able to create graphics without needing to be a designer, and it has this super cool tool which is called bulk create, and that's the magic of this tip in itself. So if you don't see bulk create on the left panel of your navigation, you need to go into apps. So you can see apps there, and then you'll see it more apps by Canva, and it's bulk create. So when you click bulk create, you'll be given 2 options. So you can enter the data manually, or you can upload a CSV file. So you may have your content in a CSV file, and then you'll upload it. But for this example, we're going to enter the data manually. So you need to select your design, obviously. So this is a perfect one for doing something like a quote. And when you're designing this, you want to make sure that you change your colors, your fonts, your sizes right now, because otherwise it's going to generate all the posts and you're going to have to do one by one, and now you've lost the whole point of this, which is to save time, right? So make sure everything looks as you want it at this point. So then we're going to go to our bulk create, and we're going to hit enter data manually. And this is where we're going to paste our table that we got from ChatGPT. So you need to put the right number of columns that matches the table that ChatGPT gave you. And then it's literally pasted in. You need to also make sure that you title your columns, or it won't work because it won't know what to link it to. So put your columns in, name them so you can identify what's what, and then you click done. And now we have to match up the design elements in the design to that data. So we ungroup everything just to make it easy. This is going to be our quote text. So you right-click, connect data, and select quote. And then this will be the author of the quote. So again, right-click, connect data, and select author. So now those two pieces are linked up. You can see over on the left that they're ticked as in connected to the design. So then you have all of your different quotes here. You can select if you want to do individual ones, or in this case, we want to select all. And then we just want to make sure we untick the first one because that was just the header in the table. And then hit generate. And Canva does all the hard work for you. So you can just make sure that everything looks okay, that the text fits on the pages, adjust any font sizes, but if it looks okay. So it's really, really easy to do. So you're probably saying, well, I'm a photographer. Can I include photos in these things? Yes, you can. So for this example, we're going to use, if we want to showcase some client testimonials. So you need to upload your photos to Canva prior to doing this so that they're ready to select. But again, we're going to select a design that kind of matches a testimonial. We can see our colors don't match our branding because we have this, pink thing going on. So we're just going to match up the colors so that it's all consistent with our brand. Just changing the bluey green into the pinks so it all looks nice. And then we're going to do the very same thing that we did before. So I have a CSV file of my client testimonial saved on my computer. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit bulk create, enter the data manually. We're going to clear the table that they just put in there, and make sure then that you have your client testimonial, your name of your client, and then we need to add in the image. So we're going to hit add image up at the top. And then, as I said, once you have your photos uploaded to Canva, they'll be ready for you to select. So it's just a matter of matching up the images for each client and pulling it in. So as I said, I'm just doing 8 here, but if you build up 10, 20, 30, you're going to have loads of content that you can schedule out for literally months, because you don't want to be putting one of these out every day either. Going to select more of Wendy's images, and then we hit done. So again, we just need to connect up the elements in the design. So that's going to be the testimonial text. That will be the client name. I had some issues with my right clicking. And connect data and the client name. Now, for some reason, I couldn't figure it out, but it wouldn't let me connect the image box to the image. So I just deleted that element, go back to elements, and pull in another image frame. We resize it and position it to how we want it to look. And then we can right-click, connect the data, and select the image. And then you're done. So go back to bulk create. You can see the 3 pieces are linked up to the design elements, and hit continue. So there they all are. Hit generate, and off it goes. And there we have nice 8 testimonial posts. So again, you want to just make sure that everything looks okay, that the images are centered. So I might move that one over a little bit. So again, depending on how long your reviews or testimonials are, if you're structuring your CSV file, you might have the whole testimonial. Then you might take a little snippet that's short enough to go into these and put that in another column, and then have the name of the client. So just make sure that you match what is going into your bulk create with the structure of your CSV file, and then it'll all work beautifully. So then, for those of you who are familiar with Canva, if you want to do story versions of these, you can just use the resize tool, select Instagram story, and now you're creating all those as stories as well. So again, all very super quick and efficient. And then it's a matter of just scheduling them out. So however you want to structure it, if you want to do 2 testimonials a week and some quotes interspersed with all your other content, you can use the Fully Booked engine for scheduling out your Facebook and your Instagram posts. You can also schedule directly out from Canva, but you need to be a pro user, or there's loads of other tools out there available. But it just makes life easier because you can do it once and then forget about it. So then you can treat yourself for a job well done because you've saved lots of time.